This week's Torah portion of Parshat Tavo contains within it the Tochacha. The Tochacha are the curses, the reprimand, the rebuke that God would bring upon the Jewish people if we indeed do not follow His word. And it seems to be a rather obvious formula. In fact, we read it very quietly because we do not want to encourage curses. We don't want to encourage a rebellious behavior. We want to discourage it. But nonetheless, within this tochacha, there are a number of personal lessons that we can learn, not only to follow the word of God, but also in terms of how we relate and should relate to the people around us. And as someone who is grieving, someone who grieves consistently over the loss of their daughter, Gila, and as someone who finds themselves in a state of bereavement, and someone who also speaks to many other grievers who grieve the loss of their child, I want to share with you a personal insight that's important for us to embrace and remember. And it's something that we can incorporate in our lives in general. The Torah tells us that when the Jewish people would be cast to foreign nations and become part of foreign nations under at least their auspices, their authority, and their dominion, the Torah says, "V'natan Adonai lecha sham lev ragaz v'chilyon einayim v'da'avon nefesh." If indeed the Jewish people succumb and do not follow the words of God, and they find themselves in a foreign entity, a foreign world, they will have a lev ragaz, which Rashi explains, a heart that is filled with fear and anxiety. Chilyon einayim, they'll have a hard time comprehending that which they see with their eyes because they are foreigners. V'da'avon nefesh. Da'avon nefesh means a constant worry. Listen to what Rav Shamshon Raphael Hirsch says on Da'avon Nefesh. A nefesh is our soul, our inners, are literally consistently worrying in a state of concern. Tamid titztarech litabel al ibadon mach'iv. Says Rav Shamshon Raphael Hirsch, you will find yourself consistently grieving over a pain that is incomprehensible. Lefichach tamid tira min ha'atid, and as a result of that, you'll always be afraid of the future. Lo tuchal lismoach behoveh, you won't be able to be happy in the present. V'yu lecha rak zichronot koavim min ha'avar, and you will always only be able to reflect upon the pain of the past. Let us understand what Rav Shamshon Raphael Hirsch is explaining. It is not only national parameters, but very personal ones as well. People who are grieving, people who are going through other challenges, it could be mental challenges as well, challenges that are involved with the nefesh, the avon nefesh, a complete incomprehension, an inability, the lack of capacity, an impetus to the capacity to be able to function. Those people who are grievers, sad, bereaved, challenged, mentally obstructed, what is that type of da'avon nefesh that they will experience? Says Rav Shamshon Raphael Hirsch, they won't be able to comprehend the future, they won't be able to completely enjoy the present, and they will consistently reflect upon the painful past. We really need to inculcate and understand and completely appreciate what's being described here. Someone who is experiencing obstructions and challenges, and someone who is grieving, let us understand that they are struggling with being able to see a tomorrow, with being able to be happy today, and with consistently reflecting upon a painful past. That is a very, very difficult thing to do. It's a very, very uncomfortable and difficult state to be in. What do we do about that? Well, interestingly, God says that after this tochacha, after these curses, God says that you, the Jewish people, have now been privileged to witness the amazing feats, the amazing miracle, the miraculous events that occurred through the exodus of Egypt and beyond. The many years that you've been in the desert, I, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, have clothed you, I have bathed you, I have given you to drink, I have provided you with supplication and provisions. And says God, "V'lo natan Adonai lachem lev ladat ve'einayim lirot ve'aznayim lishmoa ad hayom hazeh." Now on this day, Moses says to the Jewish people, appreciate the following three things. Lev ladat, a heart that understands, einayim lirot, eyes that see, ve'oznayim lishmoa, and ears that are willing and prepared to listen. Those are the three things that are necessary to truly comprehend, to truly demonstrate compassion, understanding, empathy, sensitivity, not only to the people around us, but to ourselves as well. We first need a lev ladat. We need to incorporate and infuse in our hearts that this is the situation, appreciate it. Then we need a naim lirot. We need to see and understand and look around us and sensitize ourselves to our surroundings and appreciate what we are seeing. And finally, oznaim lishmoa, the ability to listen. listen to circumstances that surround us, listen to the challenges that people might be experiencing around us, and certainly listen to the people who are going through various problems. In other words, be understanding to them, and most importantly, listen to ourselves. These are the things that we need to incorporate in order to appreciate and to consider the sensitivity of those around us, and certainly the circumstances that we ourselves might be going through as well. Let us all hope that when we embrace these three values, we can overcome that da'avon nefesh, that state of grieving, of bereavement, of challenges that so many people might be experiencing. Let's help them do so. This is the Torah way, it is the Jewish way, and it always will remain the Gila way. Shabbat Shalom.